So before I came in contact with Vanity, I've been looking for virgin hair that's of quality for probably about like 2.5 years consistently. And I've spent like, I don't want to count because every time I count it makes me depressed, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, I spent so much money, and I just get annoyed with myself because I spent a lot of money looking for quality, premium, luxurious virgin hair, and it felt like no matter what I did, I just couldn't find it. And I've been looking for about 2 years, and recently I purchased hair from 3 different vendors. Vanity was one of them, and I tried the first one, and I believe the first one, when I bleached it, the hair turned red instead of blonde, which was really weird. And then the second one, when I bleached it, it melted. Like literally, it literally melted. And that's, anyone who knows hair knows that that is not something that's supposed to happen. So after those last 2 experiences, I was pretty much done with searching for virgin hair. I'd wanted to restart my own company for a long time, but I felt like no matter what I did, I just couldn't find quality virgin hair that I was used to wearing myself. And I thought that it was just impossible at that point. I really genuinely thought that good virgin hair didn't exist anymore. So I'd given up. And I called the vendor. So I called Shakir, and I was like, hey, I'm not gonna go through with the hair. I'm not even gonna try it. I'm just like kind of over it. Your price is kind of steep. I know that you say it's really good virgin hair, but your price is a little steep for me. And really, it was steep for me, but I'm willing to pay whatever the cost is for quality. I really don't care. That's an excuse that I made up because I was literally done with trying virgin hair. I was sick of it. I was sick of searching for vendors, spending my hard-earned money, and it going to waste. So I was like, I don't even want to try this last person. Let me just send the hair back, and I'm just over it. So I called Shakir, and he was like, well, okay, if that's what you want to do, but how about you just keep the hair over the weekend, just give it one try, just give it one try. And I'm just like, okay, I'll try it. So throughout the weekend, I got the tight curl. That's the one that I got. So throughout the weekend, I tried the hair, and before I tried the hair, Shakir was like, you know what, let me just let you try it, and you know what, I'll even send you a frontal complimentary. Nobody has tried our frontals yet. We haven't even put it on the market yet, but we want you to be the first to try it so that you can see the quality of our hair. And by then I was over it. I just wanted to get off the phone because I was so depressed that I could not find a good virgin hair vendor. So I got off the phone with Shakir after him convincing me to keep the hair, and I was like, you know what, let me try. So I grabbed a bundle. I cut off like a few inches of the weft, and I was like, let me pull at it and see if any hair comes out. I pulled at it, and I pulled at it, and I pulled at it, and nothing came out. With curly hair, it's even more difficult to weft that hair and have good quality wefts. It's more prone to shedding because it's curly hair. So I was like, okay, well, that's good, but can you bleach? That's what I was saying to myself. So I took that piece of hair that I cut off, and I bleached it. I bleached it with 40 volume developer. I used, I think, L'Oreal Quick Blue or something like that, or maybe I don't remember. The bleach I used was like some harsh bleach. I used 40 volume developer. I should have used 50, but I was like, all I have is 40. So I used 40 volume developer, and I bleached it. I left it on for like, I don't know, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. I went back to it, and it was a 613 blonde. And I was like, oh, so this is good hair. And I was like, okay, well, it can turn blonde, but can it keep its curl pattern? I went and I washed it. I shampooed it, I conditioned it, let the conditioner on for like 5 to 7 minutes. I washed the conditioner off, and the bounce was just as bouncy as it was before I bleached it. And I was like, whoa, I've got some serious hair on my hands right now. So I was like, okay, well, it can bleach. That's good. But can it keep quality, like will it stay soft? So I bleached it again. I washed it out and it got lighter. I bleached it again and I bleached it again. So I bleached it in total about 4 or 5 times, all in one day, all in the span of like, I don't know, 6 hours. I just kept bleaching it because I was like, this hair better melt, because there's no way that this hair is as good as it is. So I washed it out the last time and the curl pattern was still there. The hair was like damn near white and I was just in shock. I didn't realize what I'd had on my hands, and I was this close to just sending the hair back and never having anything to do with Vanity, because I was honestly, I was tired, because I'd spent, and I told you guys I don't want to calculate how much I spent because I get depressed, but somewhere the bare minimum that I spent is like $30,000 just trying to find a vendor, not buying hair, finding a vendor. $30,000. And I'm very young. Like, I'm a student. I go to Howard University. I am a student in communications, TV, and film. I make money through social media and being a makeup artist and doing all the things that I need to do to make money. And I've put so much of myself and of my savings into trying to start this company that I know that I should start because I have the knowledge of hair and hair quality. But I would never see the fruits of that. And that's why I wanted to give up, because I was sick of it. I was tired of putting all of myself into something that doesn't give anything back. So that weekend, I called Shakir back after having bleached the hair like 6 times. And I told him what happened, and he was like, well, I told you. And I was so happy that I was able to come in contact with Vanity, because I was on my last straw, and I was done. I didn't have any more straws left. I was finished. I'd given up at that point. But Vanity was like my saving grace as far as hair companies go, because I determined within myself that good virgin hair didn't exist anymore. The companies that I used in the past, about 7 to 10 years ago, before virgin hair was really as popular as it is now, those are the companies that I was looking for as far as vendors go, and I couldn't find it until I came in contact with Vanity. It was definitely a blessing, and I really do thank God for me stumbling upon Vanity, because if I hadn't, I would not be about to launch my company finally in March of 2017. And you know, I would be miserable, because I know that I was supposed to have a hair company. As much knowledge as I've garnered about hair and hair quality and virgin hair and raw hair and all types of hair that I've garnered for about a decade now, I'm grateful that I was able to get in contact with Vanity, and that Shakir took me on, even though I'm such a new company that literally hasn't even started yet. I'm grateful. He's worked with me endlessly. We've spent hours on the phone just talking about what things I need to do, what to look for, how to be a good businesswoman, and I'm grateful. Another great thing about Vanity is that they're based in the U.S. Yes, they are based in the U.S. You really don't get that, because these days everything's out of China, and you know, sometimes people don't speak English, which is difficult, and it's just frustrating. You just get to a point where you're just like, you're annoying me, because you don't know how to communicate with me. I don't know how to communicate with you. And then another thing, because Vanity is based in the US, they offer a money back guarantee. Their hair lasts 5+ years, and when a company is based in the US, you don't have to worry about ordering one time, getting great quality, ordering the second time, getting okay quality, and ordering the third time, getting trash. You know what I mean? It's a consistent good hair situation with Vanity. So thank you, Vanity.